good day or good evening, whatever time it is at the time you're watching this video. Hi guys. So I got sometimes I call it being summoned by spirit. But I felt like I was being summoned to do a reading. And I am not sure what this reading is going to entail. But as usual, I was guided to the cards that Spirit wanted me to use to tap in and to see what is trying to come out for the collective at this time. I'm quite enjoying this like golden vibe that we've got going on, so that's pretty awesome. I'll go ahead and tap in and see what Spirit is bringing out. No surprise, we have prosperity here with Geb. Freaking righteousness, man. Righteous. All right, with Mertziger. And lastly, we have Hermitage with Kansu. All right. I noticed that we had a little bit of glare from the light since I am doing this reading at nighttime. So I went ahead and shifted my table so that you guys can see the cards a little bit better and you're not just staring at a gleaming light glistening off of the cards. Man, right out the gate, I can't help. I can't help it, you guys. I knew that there was a reason why my slithery little friend wanted to be in this video. Because, bam, there she is, right in the middle. Stuck here in the middle with you. Mertziger. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, but that's how I've always said her name. But she is known to be the snake with the woman's head. She is known in ancient Egyptian mythology as the goddess that is a snake with a beautiful woman's head. And she is known for loving silence because that's what her name means, basically. But I love her because she is known for being the one who watches things in silence and for punishing evildoers with her poisonous bite. She symbolizes authority and intelligence. And she helps people with things like holding other people kind of like at, no pun intended, but an arm's length. Since snakes don't have arms, but you know what I mean. And being able to like observe without interacting, so to speak, and allowing people to kind of show their true colors in their own actions, you know, towards you or towards a situation. She speaks of having a sort of like alertness, being able to like scrutinize in silence, but also having like an alert nature and being able to really take in everything that's going on in the surroundings. And then of course we have Geb and we have Kansu here. Geb is the god of the earth, basically, and all of its animals. And he symbolizes wealth and fertility and abundance in nature itself, nature on this planet. And Kansu here, he is the god of the moon, time, and knowledge. And he represents the beauty of youthfulness and innocence and childlike wonder almost. And he represents the potential that lies in all of us. He reminds us of being open to the unknown and being open to adventure and curiosity and of new things happening. There's this sense of journeying into the unknown here. And it has caused you to kind of go into this like silent mode and a little bit of hermitage, like it says on this card here. But like, I'm literally seeing a snake slithering through really tall grasslands. And this snake here that I'm seeing in my mind's eye is not necessarily like headed in any certain direction. They're just kind of moving through the grass, and they're really enjoying the feeling of the grass on its skin, is what I'm picking up on here with the snake. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing right now. There is definitely manifestation going on, and new pathways that are being kind of looked into taking here. And I feel like you are already surrounded with abundance, and you already feel quite prosperous in that way as well. I'm getting this vibe like the world is your oyster, and you are just kind of flowing through and just kind of enjoying this time, allowing your creativity to take over, allowing your innocence of your inner child to play and have fun, and to be curious about things that might be a little uncertain or unknown. But there's also this aspect of being able to kind of sit back in silence and be able to observe everything too, without putting too much input into like what other people are doing, if that makes sense. There's this golden kind of energy that I'm feeling within your auric field while I sit here doing this reading. And I really feel like you are working through your solar plexus at this time. And it's creating this kind of quiet but confidence about you. So it's very like still within the grasses, kind of like that vision of the snake. But it's able to be confident when it needs to kind of make it strike, so to speak, if that makes sense. There's a very quiet confidence about you. And even within the vision of this snake that I've been picking up on, the grass that surrounds it is like this super golden color. It's almost like the tablecloth here that Spirit has selected for this reading. Perhaps at times in the past, you have been a little bit more of like a boisterous type of person who just kind of put everything out there, and it ended up causing a lot of conflict. And you have since then learned how to kind of embody this kind of confidence and being able to really like sneak in under the radar almost is the vibe that I'm getting with that. Like staying under the radar about something and getting your forward momentum in this way. And you're doing this in the most righteous way possible. I'm feeling like righteous, the word righteous and righteousness means something very significant to you. It just keeps playing over and over. I just keep hearing it, righteous, and it's like it's almost like, you know, 70s vibes where they're like righteous, you know what I mean? like groovy, like tubular. All right. Spirit wanted me to grab these ones as well and add some cards to the mix here. So let's see what else is coming out. But yeah, your vibe is super like golden energy. Very much so. You said that one to start. We've got valuation. All right. So you've reached this point. You can see that, right? Yeah. You've reached this point, just like I said earlier, where I said you were very boisterous before, but now you've had a way of like honing, not really pulling back yourself, but like honing yourself and turning into like something that just like stands there confidently no matter what. And you don't even have to say anything anymore, really, is what it is. That's what I'm picking up on. Like you don't need words anymore. It's like the people around you, they just have to be around you to catch your vibe. And, that's it. But the reason why that is all coming to fruition is because you started seeing what your value is. You started knowing your worth. And you know that you are worthy of a lot. And you're worthy of respect as well, is the vibe that I'm getting. And so coming into this realization, it's kind of like you're able to get under the radar of people's fuckery is what I'm feeling here. When I said going under the radar, I don't necessarily mean that it's something sneaky that you're doing. It's kind of like you're able to kind of slither through the tall grasses of people's bullshit, in other words. And having the kind of perspection that you have is making it so that you gather all of the information that you need to gather about the people around you and be able to utilize it in a manner of righteous ways. But along with this vibe of really coming into an understanding of knowing your worth, you're also seeing the worth that surrounds you as well, which is why Geb here came out with this prosperity, and how I had said earlier that you see yourself as a very prosperous person already. You are very abundant in all things. It doesn't necessarily mean monetary. It just means that your surroundings are very comfortable to you, and you have gotten there yourself. And you've done it in a way that is righteous. You've done it in a way that you brought these things in for yourself and for your loved ones, perhaps. And it wasn't off the backs of anyone else. And so there's like this appreciation. There's like this newfound gratitude for what you have here. And really like going within, just like that hermitage word there, going within and being able to truly appreciate yourself and what you have done leading up to this point in your life. And that's a true sense of personal power as well, which is what that solar plexus chakra is all about too. And that's that energy that I'm feeling off of your vibe here. That solar plexus, like, just like a gentle but powerful energy. What else, Spirit? We have determination. It's exactly it. The determination. The Empress. That's exactly the vibe that I'm picking up on here. It just feels like there is just a newfound like appreciation for everything that is currently surrounding you. And the way you got there is by this valuation. It's by this determination here. You're very determined. Once you have your mind set on something, that's it. Like, you're going after it and it's yours. The reason why you thought of it in the first place is because it's already yours. So I feel like you already understand this concept, And this is how you use your determination in everything. If there's a problem, you are determined to find the solution, to find the answer. Even if you have to, like, slither on the ground like a snake almost. Being this Empress energy, you know what you want, and you know where and what you need to do in order to achieve it. You truly, truly believe in yourself. You believe and you know what you want is going to come in at just the right time. And you stand firm in this. You're very patient. You're very humble. It takes a very humble person to be able to be in this kind of energy where they can just kind of, you know, I hate to say it, but like keep their mouth closed and not react to people's like crap on a daily basis. Maybe you're surrounded by a lot of chaos and a lot of people around you that like just kind of sling their words and do shitty actions. And what I mean by being able to kind of keep your mouth shut about it is the fact that you're able to really ground yourself in your own energy and be like a sturdy, like, tree almost, just like standing there firm in what you believe in. You believe in yourself, you believe in where you're going, and you're able to like root yourself down and not really be affected and not needing to react. It's the reacting that you're really able to control at this point. Get one more from these before we go over into tarot. But yeah, like super grounded. Oh, we got two. All right, two more. Spirit always likes to prove me wrong. The Magician and Quest for Truth. That's exactly what this energy is here too. With Mertziger. And being able to like silently observe. Because you are on a quest. You're on a quest to receive information that is truth and nothing but, I heard. And I really feel like that coincides with kind of like this silent observer, you know? And being able to take in all sorts of information, and in that way, you end up knowing the truth about the situation, about whatever person this might be about, but you're able to gain the truth by silently observing. You may identify with being a silent observer, and you weren't always that way, but you have learned throughout your practice, throughout your journey here on this planet at this time, that silence is golden. All right, that makes fucking sense, right? With all the gold everywhere, silence is golden. It's your golden ticket. In the silence is how you're able to observe without absorbing, which totally makes sense. That grounded vibe I'm getting off of you as well. And being able to gather all the information that you need at any given point by doing this. I mean, that's why you're a freaking magician. And this is exactly how you came into this Empress energy. And there is this kind of sense of like, the less you like mingle, the less you interact, it's like the more you know, which could be another reason why the hermitage came out as well. But it's not like a total disconnect either, because I see you out there. I see you just living, you know, like you're not totally holed up in a dark cave somewhere. But like it's like this inner hermiting. Like you're able to like go within no matter where you are and become this like portable, grounded hermit at any given point. And you know that you have the power to create whatever reality you want to create around you with all of this information that you take in. It's like taking one gold nugget and another gold nugget and putting it together and then creating something else out of the two. I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle some tarot while we sit here and kind of take all this in. This energy is very like, it's just golden. It's got a very prosperous vibe to it, but like not in a selfish way, not in a greedy way. And it's not like, I'm not talking to someone who is a millionaire monetarily, but their energy feels like it, if that makes sense. It's just the auric field that you walk in. It's quite enamoring and beautiful. And thank you for sharing your energy as well. Is there anything else, Spirit, that needs to be talked about here for this beautiful soul within this collective who is tapping in? So you know your worth. You're very determined. It's like your life revolves around this quest for truth. And sticking to this kind of like silence is golden in order to kind of like safe keep your prosperity in that respect. And this could be like safekeeping wisdom as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's monetary or 3D of any kind. We've got the 10 of Swords in reverse, and we have the Hanged Man in reverse. You have really taken in all of the things that you have observed throughout whatever period of time this has been for you. And the reason why this is like golden to you is because it brought lessons in for you that you actually utilized and learned from. And you're entering a point in your life here with this card as well, where you're able to obtain a more peaceful vibe and a life that is just super fulfilling at any given moment. And the Hanged Man in reverse coming out with this card really indicates just how much, you know, like kind of like uncertainty that you moved through, and how much reevaluation that you did here in order to kind of like cultivate this kind of vibe. This is quite interesting to me. It's like you were able to like, there was a point in time where you were the Hanged Man and you were kind of like just hanging there upside down, like you couldn't gain perspective almost. And you just came into this like this energy where you were able to find stable grounding and stable footing. It brings me right back to being this like grounded person amongst the chaos. You're the type of person who truly did the work, you know? Instead of just sitting here complaining all the time, this and that's happening to me and blah, blah, blah. You used it all and you've learned from it, and you have really put what you've learned into action. King of Swords. Into action, and really have like learned how to utilize these skills, just like the magician, you know? It's like another tool in your tool belt. You've really come to this point in time where you have nothing but reason and discipline, determination. You hold a lot of integrity within you as well. You're really, truly the leader of your own life. And you're enjoying where you're leading yourself to, is what I'm hearing. I mean, that is certainly clear here. We've got 4 more. Interesting. All right. What we got here? We've got the 7 of Swords in reverse. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Swords. Can you see that over there? Kind of. There's a glare. And we've got the 2 of Swords. You've reached this higher consciousness, and you have the determination here to really live your life through authenticity and through honesty and integrity, is what I'm feeling off of these, especially the 7 in reverse. There used to be this kind of vibe here of like the victim mentality and kind of like feeling trapped. And I feel like that vibe of feeling trapped, feeling kind of like helpless, and at least you had the thought that I don't want to feel this way. And I feel like this was maybe the catalyst to you causing this kind of change in your demeanor here and freeing yourself from this vibe, freeing yourself from the jail that you put yourself into. You realize that that was like self-inflicted, but you kind of turned that into a tool, into a skill, and you raised your own standards, if that makes sense. You had such a low standard at this point, and you made a conscious decision to raise the standard on yourself. And that brings me right back to this valuation. It's like you weighed yourself in some way. You really went within and you were like taking notes and like analyzing and doing that valuation on yourself. You knew that you were capable of more. And I am so happy that you came to this conclusion, because it led you to having this like golden freaking energy within your auric field. There was a crossroads. And I feel like the 8 of Swords here was that crossroads. And you knew that the only way to change what you were looking at there was through the actions and the choices that you were making. The moment you chose something different came in. And you realized how the magic works, is what it is. You truly realized how the magic works. and what the true essence of the soul is. And you brought yourself into this beautiful golden empress energy. That is just beautiful. And I thank you so very much for sharing this beautiful golden energy here with Spirit and with me and with the collective. I'm now feeling the energy lifting, and that lets me know that this reading is done, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I thank each and every one of you for being here on this channel, for helping the channel grow by subscribing, by liking, and by commenting. I absolutely enjoy all of the comments and talking to you guys. So please continue. If you want to see the channel, continue. We truly, truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, we love you. Bye.